This is Ted Goldsborough with Living History, and we're talking with Colette Speakman, continuing our discussion of the Merion Tribute House in Merion, Pennsylvania. And I welcome Colette. Thank you very much for being with us. We had left off with talking about the Legion Room. Could you tell me what's notable in this?
So this is the Legion Room as when it was built back in the 20s. It was intended for meetings of the American Legion Post, which still uses the facility today. This was back around World War II when they used it for some training and some nurse training, I guess, for the World War II effort.
Maybe Red Cross, maybe.
Yes.
Maybe. What?
The fireplace in this room is very unique. I believe they call it an Inglenook Fireplace. So you sort of can walk right next to it. We have little benches there where you can sit and be a little warmer, closer to the fire.
So it's
there.
like an inset
so like
or something, offset or something. Oh, very unusual.
Yes,
I've never seen anything like that. So do you ever have fires in
we
here?
do. It is a wood-burning fireplace. In the summertime, we do candles.
Okay. And in the past, this space has been used?
I love this picture of a wedding party, a very small wedding party in the Legion Room for their dinner. And it's still used for dinner parties. If you have a smaller number of guests, 50 or under, you can use that room and have a nice intimate dinner party.
I took this one again because of this.
Yes, the window. I love that window.
It's almost like looking up to the sky.
It reminds me of one that they might use in an older castle for the rifles or for shooting.
And I guess these are war.
Yes, Army,
military.
Navy, Air Force,
Okay.
Marines. Yes.
And we assume this is the same light that's on the sconces on the side. Okay.
Right.
And they're so unique.
Yes.
Do these things ever fall and break?
Oh yes, we've had to replace
them.
them.
You have extra chimneys?
Yes, we do.
Oh,
had to get those custom ordered.
Did you make this?
This the American Legion made for some of the campaigns since World War I, just to commemorate soldiers from there. And those ribbons are around the building.
All right. These are what military people. Oh,
exactly.
Okay. Isn't that interesting? Now we're done inside for temporarily. We're going to go outside. This is my friend Max Butin, who helped to take pictures with me. And one of the things that we noted was the Yellen, and we're going to talk more about Yellen.
Yeah, beautiful lanterns outside on all corners of the building to illuminate outside as well.
And the Yellen Iron Company,
yes.
Yeah, is in. I guess they're in Philadelphia. And they've been around for a long time.
Yes,
they did at Goodhart Hall in Bryn Mawr College, and there's a list of like Oberlin College and Bryn Mawr Pres and all kinds of places.
Yes.
Newport, Rhode Island. And
Okay. Hard to find these days.
I said we're going outside, and then I see a kitchen picture. This is one of the Bach lanterns. These were street lights that were in many streets in Merion, and there are very few left. There are only about 4 left. The Merion Civic Association asked if they could put this on your grounds.
Absolutely.
And it's so neat to me that this was saved.
Yes.
Okay. Wasn't this kitchen an addition to the building?
This is a newer addition in the 90s to the building. The kitchen used to be in the basement when it was built, and it stayed that way for many, many years. So the kitchen staff had to come up a very tight staircase to get to the ballroom to serve dinner. So this was expanded and added on, and still using some of the slate and some of the stonework in the corners, at least, to tie into the rest of the building. Okay. This is the service entrance,
This is pretty handy for caterers to drive in.
Pull up the truck and unload right into the kitchen.
So your staff, Merion Tribute House does not provide cooks?
No. We have caterers brought in from outside.
Okay, thank you. We've had some pretty bad storms over the last few years. And what did Merion Tribute House do?
Well, yes, after suffering through a few hurricanes and ice storms lately, the board did decide it needed a backup generator. This will power the entire building, heat, air conditionings, DJ music, lights, everything in case of an emergency. Knock on wood, we've never had to use it or never needed it before then, but good to have a backup plan in case.
Great. And it's nice they'll do the whole facility.
Yes.
Yes. I put in, this is the control panel, the electrical control panel for that, and then the gas, because it's a natural gas generator.
Yes.
And this door is going to become
the handicapped access to the building.
at the present time, the handicap would
There's
have
some
difficulty
old
getting
stairs,
up there, but it is next to handicap spots in the parking lot, so it'll be really handy, and that'll go into the ballroom.
Yes.
At the present time, this is over near where that cast iron coal chute was, but it is pretty steep to get up there now.
It is definitely, yes.
If you had an electric wheelchair, it might work. I was curious as I was walking around by the handicap ramp to see a door, and it says private entrance.
Yes.
Explain.
We have a room for the bride to get ready in. It used to be the green rooms for the performers. They used to go right up to the stage with stairways, but now they go right up to the ballroom and to the parking lot. So the bride can be let in and be able to have her own private entrance and get ready ahead of time before the wedding.
I saw an air conditioner out in that area.
That's just for the room, just for the bridal suite.
Yes. And I put this in because it shows that a little maintenance has to be done occasionally.
Absolutely, yes. A lot of recalking and things, sure.
And earlier we had mentioned about a playground. You don't often see this. This was a thing that went round and round, and there were handholds on here. When I was a kid, we had one of those over in Narberth, but the trouble was that if some kid decided he didn't want to go round and round anymore and he let go, well, then a metal thing smashed you in the mouth. It wasn't much fun.
Lots of lost teeth through that,
also on the property, and we've got to wrap up here pretty soon, but also on the property was a garage or stable that belonged to the Johnsons.
Yes.
And what is that used for?
This is now used by the Boy Scouts in the area. At the Liberty Troop 71 still meets there, and Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts hold their meetings there. It's also used for voting, so it is the voting polling place for two polling locations in the neighborhood. And it was, as you said, the original carriage house to Mr. Johnson's favorite
There are many doors on this thing, so it must have had a lot of cars.
Yes. Well, probably stable. I would think horses originally, and then he had, I think, one car that he loved.
Because it probably went back to the 1880s or something. I went upstairs in there one time, and we were conjecturing. We wondered if there might have been a elevator to take cars or carriages upstairs. Have you ever?
I never heard that. I would think it's a little, the roof is a little.
Yeah, but there's kind of an
it is very large upstairs.
Platform.
There is, yes.
It almost looked like there's a big elevator.
I always thought of it more as a hayloft, but could be right.
could be, yeah. We've got about 4 minutes left, so we can relax a little bit here. We're going at super speed. I folded these only because we don't have to look at them, but on the Lower Merion Historical Society's website, if one Googles Lower Merion Historical Society, there are pictures and a brief history. So that's another resource other than the Merion Tribute House website.
Absolutely.
And then I wanted to talk about what these pages are about from your website.
Okay, again, our website is intended for people looking to rent the venue for weddings or other functions, and they may need some suggestions as to who they might have cater their event, where their guests may stay that are close by, different florists, music, photography. So those are all the services that people may need if they have an event at our venue. And our website has a very nice photo gallery, so a lot of pictures of what the building looks like now and how it's used today.
Well, I think we're ready to wrap up. Let me see if I left anything out here that I was supposed to be talking about. How is how is the Tribute House governed? How do you do that? Who's in
There's
charge?
still the Merion Community Association, which owns the building and the grounds, and it is a board of directors of of neighbors in Merion, and people who have, some used to live in Merion and were very active and still are. So it is a nonprofit organization. It is a private trust, nonprofit trust.
Okay. Do you occasionally give grants?
We do. We have a Merion Foundation that gives grants to other nonprofits in the area, and we do a lot of nonprofit events at a reduced rate for neighborhood, fundraisers or lectures or things of that sort.
The Merion Community Association gave the Merion Historical Society a very nice photocopier many years ago.
Oh,
We're
okay.
still using it.
Oh, good.
So we appreciate the kindness.
Good to hear.
I can't think of too much else to talk about, so we need you to summarize for me, because I'm stuck and I have to turn over to you. Summarize what the
Well, it
Merion
is nice
Tribute.
that we have this resource in our community. It is, right, as I said, nestled in a neighborhood. It is used by the neighbors and used by the community to this day, and that was its intention originally. So that is always nice to see that legacy continue. And it's, as I said, all the rentals of the building go back into the building and the maintenance, and help to offset the cost of some of the nonprofit events that we do.
What is your biggest expense, other than personnel?
Landscaping, definitely.
Are there plans to change something? Didn't you tell me there was a...
Well, with the new handicapped access ramp, that will involve some new plantings and some changes to the front of the building in the porte cochere area. So hopefully that'll be a bit enhanced, and that steep ramp that we referred to earlier will be a little bit more of a garden sort of look to it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being with us.
Welcome.
This is Ted Goldsborough with Colette Speakman. We've been speaking about the Merion Tribute House, and I very much appreciate Colette's being with us and sharing this lovely resource. Until next time, Ted Goldsborough, Living History.